Welcome back to the channel. I just thought I would do the final part of the valeting and cleaning of the ML. I'm going to do a few little mechanical bits which I'll document as best as I can, but I've just done a video of after I've washed it the other day, but I thought I would do a full walk around tour of the vehicle to see how far we've come. Just to say, a week ago the vehicle was looking in one hell of a sorry state for itself, so we'll have a look at it now. I mean, it's not perfect, but just after it just shows you after a good wash, you know, snow foam, clean, polar protect, all of that done, a good interior valet. I did send it down to my friends. He's got a valeting shop in Blythe, Wash Your Whip. He did well, you've seen on the videos, I did a basic valet on it with basic equipment, and he finished it off and did the full lot. You've seen the video of the outside of it. So yeah, I think it looks so great, you know. When you get close up, it ain't perfect, you know. You'll struggle to find Mercedes without all this. But as I've said, you know, bottoms of the wings, bottoms of the doors, little scabs here and there. But as I've mentioned, this is just a second car. I was going to say a cheap runabout, but clearly it's a 3.7. I think I mentioned 3.8 on my other videos. I looked at it on the logbook properly. It's a 3.7 V6 petrol, so it's not your average runabout, so to speak, but I don't do many miles around the doors. But like I've said, I want to have a bit of fun doing some off-roading and things like that. Maybe get some chunky tyres on it. Tell me, what do you think I should do to it? Do you think I should put it up for sale? Should I get another car? Should I do a swap with somebody for it? Should I make it into a crazy off-roader, put some big chunky tyres on, and should I make it look like a Jurassic Park car? You know what they're doing with that? Get it wrapped green and paint the wheels yellow. I don't think I'll do that, but you know, give us your ideas. You know, put a comment below. Let us know what you think. What's the best option with it? We'll have a look inside. You have to excuse there's a few of my belongings in the car, but the back looks, you know, if you go back to the part 1 version of the Mercedes Project ML, go back and watch the first video. So if you haven't seen that yet, I would suggest you start from the beginning and watch it to this point. You know, all the door shuts, lovely and clean now. The seats, I'm going to put some leather care onto these when I get 5 minutes. They already did do some kind of treatment on the seats when I had it in for valet, but I'm just going to do another like sort of protection on it. The mats have come up perfect. I mean, if you look at the video of these, they were absolutely horrendous. You know, you've got all the controls in the back, separate heating controls. Don't know what these are. Oh, cup holders. I didn't even know they were there. And a 12-volt output and an ashtray. The seat belts, all the seat belts I got cleaned. There's a few little marks here and there, but you know, the car's come up great. We'll go out the other side. If you remember down here, it's not perfect, but there was some really nasty black marks on here. Now they're very faint. I really didn't expect any of that to come out. I don't know what it was. Again, the seats from here, door shuts, great. Just excuse the child seat in the front here. I had to take my son home the other day. It's got the seat belt on, but the seat is perfect now. A few of these marks, couldn't quite get them out. I'm going to try with a few other little bits I have with it, but again, when I start doing off-road, I have got these things here to put down on here. But you know, when I'm starting to do a bit of off-roading in the car, I'm not going to get the thing up the eyes, but you know, it's going to get mud all over, you know. But again, you know, this is quite rare, having a 3-stage memory seat for the passenger. You know, you've got another 12-volt socket down there. There's another one in there. I know you've got your decent-sized glove box, cup holders. Lovely interior. It's great. I'll go out to the drive. It's got all the service history in there. I can go through the service history in one of the videos. Let us know if you want us to do a short video on that. 12 years worth of servicing. I showed one of my friends a video of it, and he's calculated it up, and he said there's something like £6,000 or something like that of invoices on the car. Obviously over 12 years, you know. We'll have a look in driver's side. Again, 3-function memory seat. I love these auto dip dim door mirrors. The one at the other side, I think I got changed a few years ago, but this dips down at night, as well as the one inside the car as well, which is great for when you've got these bright headlights behind you. Yeah, it's got the traditional Mercedes handbrake, which is operated by your foot, so technically isn't a handbrake. Parking brake. Then, I'll lift this out. I've just put this back in with us being at work. You know, they've come up. Brilliant. Oh, we'll go on to the boot first. You'll have to excuse there is a dehumidifier in the boot because when the car got valeted, they did the wet vac on the carpets. In the summer, clearly, it would dry. I'm just going to leave that to run in the car for a little while over the next few days. This was me being OCD, but that's irritating me. That's his belt. There we go. So there, you're seeing these areas here, they were horrendous. And they've come up lovely. Few little hairs left, which they couldn't get when they were wet. But I think they'll come off. I'm going to try and paint or coat that. But again, when I've got the dog in the back, I'm actually going to be taking this out anyways. And I'm going to put a rubber thing down. This has come up great in the back. There's still a little bit of sand because you kind of get once you actually start to wet it, it makes the sand cling. So once this fully dries out, this sand will just brush out, you know. But you know, this is what I was saying about the Astra and another 12-volt socket. How many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 12-volt sockets. Can't go wrong with that. But this is what I like. Like I've mentioned in my partner's Astra, and this seems to be a thing in all estate cars, or modern cars. All of this area here is carpet. This. And I hate it because when you put dogs in and gardening stuff or anything, you know, which has got, you know, which can leave a mess. I don't understand why newer cars need to have carpet in this area. You just want plastic. You know, it can be wiped down. If you put dogs in, hairs don't stick to it. Yes, clearly you want carpet on the boot, which you can put a boot liner down. In these areas here, you know, maybe they could have been plastic, but I think they're trying to keep a little bit of luxury on there. But, you know, like these bits aren't, and all of this on the boot's got the first aid kit. And I would have a look, but I've got a feeling if I open these at this height, I'll probably get hit in the face by God knows what. So I'm not going to touch it. These are mainly for the American market, actually. Hence, they've got these boot catchers, which means you can, if you happen to get locked in the boot, you can open them. We don't seem to see this much on European cars. So you can lock and unlock it and open it. Don't know why, because you could just jump over the back seats. Maybe they did a 7-seat version of the ML. I don't think they did. And under here, that's just like a thing that folds down when you put the seats down. So yeah, well, I'll close the boot. Oh, I did put new Bosch wipers on it. I'm OCD with things like that. The wipers were not the best. They were okay, but I stuck a new one on the back and on the front. I put 2 of the Bosch ones on with the spoilers just to keep it period correct, because that's how they left the factory with. Hate not having wipers, good wipers on a car. I might do a little video of cleaning these up, but I did them just last month for the MOT, and they've seemed to look okay. So what I might just do with that is just put a coating of wax and give them a good protection and buff them up. There is little marks like that, but to be quite honest, unless you scrape it down and paint it properly, it would just look naff if I went on with that with a touch-up pen. So probably just leave that be. It wouldn't really add any value or decrease any value off the car. You know, it's a 54 plate car at the end of the day. What more do people expect? So, in the interior, this is lovely now. You know, if you look at the first video, it just looked an absolute mess. And I'm really surprised how well that's come up without any special treatment or anything. Dipped the auto mirror in here, lights galore, which is great at night. I've even found little hidden lights underneath the mirror, as well as these up here, and the ones in the back, and they've got lights in the floor, and there's lights underneath the doors when you open them, like puddle lights. But like, it's even got these and a little map. I don't really know what these must be for, because you've got your map reading lights. I think these must just be to have on while you're driving, and they don't necessarily dazzle you. Who knows? But that's a good feature to have. Some kind of alarm to deactivate the tone sensor. God knows. I don't know how many people would be able to tow this car when it's in park, permanent 4-wheel drive. It would have to be 4-wheel lifted. So again, you know, I'll go for the dashboard. You've got your low range, which I did try out the other day. I'll just start the car up. Get rid of all these lights off the dashboard. See, there we go. So obviously the low range, I'm not going to bother putting it on, but you simply turn it on and off. That's great off-road. You've got your front and rear fog lamps, full climate control system. and you've got your options to turn the aircon on and off, and that's your rear heating system, which I've just got turned off at the moment. Heated rear screen, got your heated seats, 2-stage, top and bottom there you see, one red light, traction control. I love this on the Mercedes, having your rear wiper like this. I hate them being built in. There's too much going on some of these stalks on modern cars. So a nice simple system there. The heated for the other side. Got an aftermarket Nokia Bluetooth system in. There's a little unit up there, and the speakers under there somewhere. I think the wires come loose, but it does actually work perfectly fine. I made a phone call on it the other day. It was great. You've got your 4 electric windows, and you know you can lock them out at the back for kids. Your door locks, electric folding mirrors, as you can see. Need these on this car with it being as wide as what it is. And they've also got I'll put that on, you've got the LED indicators built into them. So that's them. I'll just fold them back out again. Got to find the right button. There we go. And also I've got the good like a good sound system in it. I'm not going to put the music on because I think there's something to do with copyright and things like that, so I've got the volume off this time. So if you wonder on some of my videos where they kind of cut in and out, that's the reason why. I don't know the full rules at the moment. Somebody might want to update me on them, but I just tend not to have any music on, and I'm not going to put my location on by pressing map, but the sat nav does work. You've got TV, CD player, sat nav, the telephone, and like a keypad here to make phone calls, but it is separate on this Nokia system. I did think it would be through this, which it isn't. It just goes through to a little speaker. We'll turn that off. You've got your standard Mercedes cruise control system, which I love. It's great. You can even use them at low speeds. You know, you just set it like that. That puts your speed up and down. You bring it towards you to away from you to cancel, and if you press it, it lights up. You've got a speed limiter. I haven't tried that yet. I'm not quite sure what. Oh, there we go. There you go. See, 25, 30 mile an hour. You know, all good stuff. So that's it switched off. Automatic lights. I didn't even realise it had the 3-stage click, slip road kind of indicators. I just found that out the other day. Another good little feature on this car, which I love. If you adjust the steering wheel, you get a warning light. There's a one there for a seatbelt. So it even lets you know when the steering wheel isn't in a secure. Watch, it'll go off now when it isn't in a secure position. I do not know any other car that has a warning light to let you know that the steering wheel isn't in the locked position. And there's also another little cup holder here. And so yeah, so I'll just carry on and do a little bit more on this car as and when I do the work to it. But for now, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe and comment below. Thanks, bye.